Hello, my name is Shape, or Shep3. I usually go by Shape. This is a post-commentary run for my 4th place Animal Crossing Wild World All-That run. The game is being run in Japanese, you can see, and timing will start instantly. It starts on the file select here. So we're gonna get going into it straight away. So, Animal Crossing is known for a lot of people to be a really fun game to play. Time set is 1040. I'm gonna mash through most of these things. I'm a boy, yes, do that. Click one character names is the fastest thing to do. The only option that I'm gonna do is check the third option when it comes up for the town layout, I believe. Again, can't really read it in Japanese, but name of the town, usually that. This game, I'm playing it on the Wii U VC, so I'm running on the Wii. So you're gonna mainly just see the top screen, so I'm gonna pick that one right there, the third option for the town layout, to make it a little bit easier on myself. This run's pretty straightforward and easy. I do run the original Animal Crossing All That's run, which is a little bit slower than this one. It's a fun run to do. One of the mistakes that I made originally when I was playing this game was I started running on the what's it called? I started running during the daytime, so it's a little bit harder, you can see. But the game, it's really fun to play. It's really cool. There's a really cool glitch coming up, and it's basically kind of like a little bit different from the original Animal Crossing, which has a duplication glitch. The English version of this game has a duplication glitch also. That's the town layout. Houses are really close. I think Nook was really close. It's not bad. The house layout was pretty okay. I had a really good town during this run, so which is really good. I'm gonna just kind of look at where I'm going, kind of memorize where I'm going. So the reason why I'm running towards the house is because I don't play during nighttime or around evening time. So I'm gonna talk to this person. I'm gonna talk to this villager twice. She's gonna ask me what my birth date is. I'm gonna say just 1-1 or blood type sometimes, and that's my birth date. And my blood type, she asked me what my blood type was also. Sometimes it's a little slower, they don't really do that. So I'm gonna be running towards each villager. There's only 3 villagers in the game, so we're gonna talk to them first, and then we'll go straight into Tom Nook's. A little bit different from this game is that we're playing on the 1.0 version of the Japanese version. So I'm gonna look around for this villager real quickly, make sure they're not inside their house. This is the biggest problem that I had. This is why I'm losing so much time actually, is because I'm looking for the villager, looking for them running around, because they wander in this game. They don't really stay close to their house, so I'm kind of looking for them, and it's you can see that I'm just like frantically running between houses and looking for them. Due to the fact that it's not nighttime, I can't really see which house is available or which house is open. So I'm gonna look for this villager first. They can be anywhere. They can be anywhere near their house, close to their house, and far away from their house. I think this villager's over the bridge, probably somewhere wandering around. I forget who it is. I think it's a male villager. I forget the names in Japanese. If I remember what they look like, I'll probably remember the name of it. I've done so many runs of the original Animal Crossing game that it's really hard, but in this version of the game, there's only 3 villagers that you look for. You can see that I'm losing like a good amount of time just looking for this villager. It's really hard to just kind of find them sometimes. And again, they can be anywhere. They can be anywhere in the area. It's if you find them fast, it's pretty good. That's the only RNG factor of the run. There's not that much RNG in the game, so I'm gonna like continuously just kind of look for the villager. If I see them, I see them. It's just kind of looking for everything. The villager was, I think, super far up somewhere, like over around this area, I believe. I haven't looked at this in a while, so I'm just, again, just the amount of time that you lose if you can't find the villager. So I'm just gonna go check. Okay, that villager's not there, so okay, cool. That's the villager that I know is not in the other house, so I'm like, oh, where do I go? So I'm gonna go back into the other villager's house over here, talk to them first, and then maybe I'll find the villager, because I looked everywhere. You know, they can be anywhere at a certain point in time. So here's Midge. I'm gonna talk to her. So I'm gonna look at the names, and I'm gonna memorize the characters of the game, so I remember who I need to look at. I've memorized a couple different characters. Like the first ones are the ones that I remember that stick out to me, so I know that one's that. Now I'm gonna look for this villager, and this villager's gonna be a pain in the butt. They want to hide from it. There he is. There's Curly. So I found him. So annoying to look for them, but again, this town was really good, so I saved so much time because of this right here. So my house is right below Nook's, like literally right below Nook's, right above Nook's. Sorry, right above Nook's. So I'm gonna go out, and like you normally do in any Animal Crossing run, you go in and go out. You'll see Mr. Tom Nook coming up pretty soon. This run was cool. This run's really cool. It involves a really cool glitch that I'll get into after. But here's Nook. Just gonna talk to him. He's gonna be like, ah. The best part about this is you can start paying the debt off pretty instantly once you start doing that. So it's 19,800. It's not that bad. The village will always look the same unless you pick it for good donation bid wars and stuff like that, like villager typing. It's hard in Japanese, so I prefer doing the English versions of, like, if I do the original Animal Crossing, it's always in English, so it's much easier to choose a gender of a villager, town name, village name, and stuff like that, or a villager's name, town name, stuff like that. I don't know if there's English in this game. I always forget if there is because I haven't really done it that much in a while, so it's really fun. So he's gonna give me this. I'm gonna change into that. So I'm looking at the Wii U gamepad, so I'm able to kind of just like switch through really things fast by tapping, like basically like beating the heck out of my screen and tapping and dragging, which is faster. And he's gonna give me this. So same thing as the original Animal Crossing. You're gonna basically kind of plant them near his house. You don't want it to be, or near his near the cranny. I'm not gonna plant them like really. Or actually, first we're gonna talk to Tortimer. I forgot about that. This is a little bit different from the original Animal Crossing. So we're gonna talk to him first. And something that we say about this, I always forget what we're saying because again, it's in Japanese. I haven't played this game in years either. It's one of my first, actually one of the first Animal Crossing games that I played was this one. I adored this game. So you're gonna see me kind of using the, you can't see it on the other screen, but I'm placing the items right now. And I'm gonna place them in an area where I can't get hit or can't get stuck by them. So I'm gonna keep them right there, so nice and clean. And I'll just go back in the nooks. And this is what the chores section is. We're just gonna do chores here. And it's pretty straightforward and just doing chores. Now he's gonna tell me which character I need to. So that's Curly, if I remember that correctly. The little like smiley face and kanji. it's all jokingly Moonspeak, but it's I've been able to memorize or it's not memorized, but I've been able to keep a track of like at least one of the characters. So he's one of the wandering characters, and he's annoying to find. I know he's up there as this time. But I guess I didn't see him because my brain was not working. But I did see him in my screen, and I was like, oh, he's up there. I was like, ugh. So I kind of regret not seeing it because I saw him instantly when I was looking, but I guess I didn't see him on the gamepad. It kind of sucks. So I'm gonna give him that, and he's gonna give me some other things, and I'm not gonna really worry about it because the glitch coming up is super cool. So you can see that the first debt and the chores are pretty fast, and how you get through them. And he's gonna give me whatever that is, or some form of thing like an item. And it's really interesting to see most of this stuff. So now I'm just gonna run back to Nooks, which is really helpful because I think the map is like on the screen also at the same time, but it's not. There's a sun. There's the clouds above you. It's kind of a rolling thing. But he was so close that it saved time. But I did lose a little bit of time going to that. So that's the next one. That's I think that's Midge. I always forget. So this is the cool part. This is an extremely cool part coming up. So you're gonna see some stuff coming up here, which I do first. So, excuse me, Tony, you're my way. Bye, friend. We're gonna go, first I'm going to go into the settings here. I'm going to edit the letter. I'm going to do that one there, that is Midge. And I'm going to actually erase 3. So first I'm gonna send it like that, then I'll move it down there. I'm going to edit it. I'm actually going to delete 3 characters. You can kind of hear me counting. Move it 4 spaces, then move it 4 spaces ahead. And then I'm going to mash that one right there. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna count it, and then I'm gonna hold. Or I'm gonna move it over like that. You can see there's a glitch right there. This is a letterhead glitch, and I'm just gonna hold it. And then this glitch will allow me to basically, it's basically I'm running arbitrary code in the game. So as you can see that it just kind of passed by. There's right there. And you'll see once I hear the money sound, which you can't actually hear because it's I'm doing commentary over this. When you hear the ching, like the ding like that, you're gonna hear it go through that. So I got it right there. So you can see all the money that I have and everything else that I unlocked. And first I'm gonna like get rid of. So I'm gonna open this stuff up first, and then just kind of, oh gosh, this is hard. Then I'm gonna give her the money. That's the first one. So I'm gonna deposit. I'm gonna actually send her the letter first, and then do it. I'm gonna give her the letter. Then I'm going to, because the thing that I've learned is like the same thing here. So I'm gonna talk to her again. I'm gonna actually deposit all my money, or deposit a good amount of it. So deposit. And I'm going to just mash the 9 button, and then it's going to deposit all my bills. Because if you don't do that first, you're going to actually mess up the code. Or you're going to mess up the glitch when you deposit your first amount. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, yep. And I'm going to put everything basically away that I want to. I'm just going to hit the Y button, I think is what I'm doing here. I always forget what I'm doing. I actually forget, but I'm just going to hit that like that, and then boom, gone. And we're good like that. And I'm going to leave. And then I'm gonna come back and hit go talk to the other one. So that one's done there. So now I'm gonna go back up to Tom Nook and continue talking to him and do the chores. And this is why the chores take so long, is because of the letterhead glitch, which is a really cool glitch that you can do. And basically that's all the money we need for the run. He's gonna talk to me more about that. We're gonna send that to, I forget her name. It's another duck. We have 2 ducks. So we have 1 bird and a duck. That's probably one of the newer villagers that I forget the name of. I've known most of the villagers' names. You can see that even the Japanese, I've just memorized their names because I've played so much of the original Animal Crossing. And there's a pitfall, so I gotta mash out of that. They exist in this game, and they're silly. That's Curly. And I saw her over here somewhere. I'm gonna look for her. You can kind of see the game is like so tiny that you can't. There she is, right there. I think that's Mallory. Yeah, that's Mallory. I think so. I'm gonna give this to her, and go boop boop. Give that to her. It's all set, and it's good. And then that's for her. So yeah, since I've kind of memorized which ones are in the house, so whoever's in the house I'll memorize. And then here's this thing that I don't care about, and I'm just gonna kind of leave it in my inventory because I don't really need it. And it's really cool. So, I'm gonna talk to her again. I forgot where I talked to her. Oh, I accidentally mashed A too fast during that. Look, I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. I mashed A too fast. I was like, no. I mashed A way too fast during that cutscene, and I accidentally talked to her again. So that's not what's supposed to happen. I was really confused for a second. I'm like, what am I doing? Remember I did that, so I messed up here, but I saved time here, which is really good. So that's the watering can. So the watering can will go to the person who you sent the. Oh my gosh. Sometimes when I'm mashing A too fast, and I'm trying to just go really fast when I'm playing the game, and that's the problem I have. So. This is going to Midge, who is inside of her house, and I get confused because I'm like, that's not her house. I'm still kind of like, the game's in Japanese, so please, I do apologize for most of that. I'm also just really bad at bumping into things. So we're gonna go see her now, and hopefully we can give her this thing and run towards her. Actually, she's really good at the villager inside of the house, because she'll stay stagnant and she won't leave. Until you do chores and stuff like that, they don't really care about. But this game is much more it's much faster than the original because of just the there's a letter. It's much more faster than the original because you don't have to talk to 6 villagers. While the chores the introduction is slow, but basically you do introduction, you go straight into chores, and now we're done with the chores. So that's all it for that. And we're basically just gonna go see Tom Nook again, talk to him. And immediately we can pay off our debt. We don't have to do anything else after that, so... I'm gonna talk to him, he's gonna do this. The Japanese is so much faster in this game too if you're mashing really fast, and it's like, hey, you're all done. Congratulations. It's like, you've won. And then done, leave. I saved like over a minute here. It was crazy. Like I saved a good amount of time here. Oh, never mind. What? Gosh. Oh! The board. Forgot about this one too, the billboard. So I thought I was splitting out. That's also really hard to do in Japanese. You actually don't have to type anything in that. You can just say nothing in that. I'm forgetting some of the stuff still, funny enough, I just can't remember most of them. But I do save a good amount of time here. I saved like 50 seconds almost. I did mess up a lot. I did lose a ton of time here, but since my town was incredible and I had really good luck in my town, I was able to save a ton of time here. And the RNG is super, super lenient in this game. It's not even that hard. If you have not even like a bad town, it's not even that worthy because the towns are so tiny in this game that it's super straightforward and easy just to do things like that. And right as the villager lives, I'm gonna split. There you go. Save time. Save 30 seconds almost. Should have saved over a minute, but I completely forgot. Now we're gonna go into here and I'm bumping into things. So now everything's done, so most of the villagers will be out and walking, but we don't care about the villagers. We're gonna pay the debt off immediately, which is why it's the best part about this run. Is I'm gonna basically kind of just like max out my money, and she's like, okay, that's how much you're gonna pay, and then I'm just gonna max out my money. And I forgot that I accidentally misclicked. I was supposed to hit the third one. Again, the game's in Japanese, so it's kind of hard. Withdraw money and just kind of mash it like that. Just hit it, go for that. There's my bells, and that's most we'll need. And unless when we start to get towards the other debts, it's a little bit more not cost efficient, but kind of like it's costly. So it's like. Just kind of mash like that, 5 for 5, you know, it just kind of does it automatically, just any number that you can do more than that, and it's straightforward and easy to do. And hey, look, we paid out the first debt, that was pretty fast, right? So nope, just kind of run outside, and I saved more time here, which is great. Like, I think I gold split most of these, actually, which is crazy. No, I didn't gold split this one, I was so close to gold splitting it. Now we go back to Nook's. Going back to Nook's to talk to him, we want to upgrade our house. It doesn't really matter what we click on here, we're just gonna say yes, and yada yada yada, stuff like that, and it's gonna be pretty fast, and just overall it's pretty straightforward and easy to hit. And just being that. Whatever color roof that is, that's red, I think. And he's gonna save. I'm going to save and quit. And you can save quit there, which kind of saves time. Saving and quitting in this game is pretty... It's gonna be slow right here. But resetting is actually kind of slower. And in the original Animal Crossing, you reset right as that happens, right as you see the blue arrow. But it's so... You boot up immediately like that, so you go right back in. So the way that you change settings in this game is actually like right there. So I'm going to change settings in here. So I'm going to explain to myself. I'm also really not smart and did that like a dummy. So I had to reset because I was mashing again too fast. So I lose time here because of what happened there. It's just me mashing too fast is always the issue in any game when I'm playing it. It's just my mashing is pretty consistent, and the problem is I was just mashing way too fast. I'm like, let's go slow here. I'm like, no, okay. So I hit it with the pen, and then we're gonna switch the time. So actually, in this game, you can't switch time backwards, so I'm going to switch it by 1 day. So whatever day that is, Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember, the Friday. And that's it. So I'm gonna get up. It's going to reload the thing, and the whole thing is gonna be shown like here, which is pretty good. And the whole run will be basically kind of like this. And now that we're going through this, we get to pay off the second debt. The house is bigger. We're gonna mainly just kind of do everything else and continue running, and just go talk to. Oh my gosh, this game! I'm running into everything. This game is pretty fun to play. I love the Animal Crossing speedruns. I'm so excited for the new one coming out, and it's so cool to play. And yeah, he's gonna talk to me. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you just did this." Middle one, because I think it's about the Happy Home Academy and something like that. And that's the fastest one you can do there. He's like, "Leave it to me." I have to leave. Go back in, kind of like the original Animal Crossing. The first day you have to leave, go back in, then you can talk to him again. It's like, hey, this is how much money this one is going to talk to you about it here. Like, hey, you did this, congrats. It's like, that's how much. So as a kid, that was incredible. Like, 120K, that's a lot of money in this game. That's like so much that you have. But we have over like 600 million or something like that. I don't know how much we actually have, but we basically just wrote code in to like do that, and it's just crazy. And doing things like that. So we're gonna talk to Pele again. I have so much money that doesn't matter at this point in time, so I'm able just to kind of... the reason why we actually deposit all the money is because if we pay off the first debt with the money inside of our pocket, it will actually re-roll and we'll lose most of it. It will re-roll to 1 million, so we got to keep it inside. So right here, it's another gold split, which is really good. Even though I lost some time here, I could have saved probably upwards about a minute or so. We're gonna go back to Nook, and the good part about this game is it's again super straightforward, super easy to play, and just really fun to do. Again, it's just like kind of talking about, yep, bigger house always, leave it, yep, same thing. And surprisingly, when you're doing this, Nooks won't upgrade. It only upgrades when you're actually buying items, so I save quit there again. See how much faster it is to like do that. It's so much faster when you're just doing it the first time, because it has to load so much things, and you can see that she's outside. We're gonna go back in. We're gonna change the dates again. Excuse me. We're gonna change the dates again to a different day. Going forward in time doesn't really bother it, so we're gonna go to that day. That's Sunday, I think, or Saturday. I don't remember what day it is. One of the days of the week. I'll get it right soon. And then I hit my character. And so again, playing on the 1.0 version, it's only this is the Japanese exclusive glitch, especially for older copies of the game. And this is how you play it. And it's really cool to play it like this, and it's fun to do. And it's kind of hard to play here, but once you learn, once you learn like how to play the game, if you're playing original Animal Crossing or any Animal Crossing game, you'll learn how to kind of like run through the game pretty well. That's also a lot of money for that. That's almost 300,000. That's crazy. But we have so much money here that it's completely okay, and we're able to just kind of like do everything here with the money. And going off, we pay the debt again. There's Red. he's a jerk. He scams people. Going off for that. Gonna do it again. Pay it off again. Pay that off, and smash the button again, whatever button I'm choosing, pay it off. So I still have a good amount of money right now, so I'm not actually going to deposit, I'm not going to actually withdraw any more money right now, because it's really good. So go back out, save, almost a minute here actually from this. which is crazy. I saved so much time here because of the just almost a minute. I saved 20 seconds overall and almost a minute here, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not mashing with the stylus. I'm actually using the analog stick on the Wii U gamepad because it's so much better to play with instead of like the D-pad. The movement's much more cleaner on the analog stick, and that's why I'm mainly looking at like my gamepad right there, because it's much easier to look at, and it's just super easy to play, and just in general, it's like really it's straightforward. Like again, look at my house is so much bigger now. That indicates that I did it correctly. So again, this is there's like 6 deaths here, and change it then. So change it this day, the 13th of June, 2016 or whatever the heck it is. I can't remember now. But this again, same thing going on for this one. It's a lot of good times for like donations. Also, you can do it here. A lot of the saving and quitting stuff, running back and forth. It's really good for donations. But I mean, oh, it looks really bad outside. I'm at rain. Oh, heck, dude, can't believe it. Oh no, he got hit again. Like sometimes for this is really good to donation wise and stuff like that. It's always really fun. But again, just going off the pay, he's gonna talk about like, oh my gosh, your house got bigger. Here's more money that you in debt to me because society and Tom Nook. And I'm just keep on going. There's that one little weed right there. Oh gosh, I forgot his name. That's not Joanne. I forgot that guy's name, but he was in my way. He's a big boy. Yeah, just doing the same thing back and forth. It's a really chill run, really fun. I recommend it for anybody who can play this game, even the original. The original is much more accessible than this one is. It's kind of hard to like homebrew the Wii and stuff. Like homebrewing the Wii is annoying, but I need to deposit money or withdraw money because I need more. So I'm just gonna kind of mash it again, do that, just do that. Because now it's gonna be too much money, so every time I have to do it now. So which is why it takes time here because of this. I save like 2 minutes here. It's crazy, like almost over 2 minutes, or at least a minute and a half, I think. Or yeah, about a minute and 10. I save a good amount of time there. Like oh my gosh, it's crazy. Going back to Nook, gonna talk to him again. It's the same thing, back and forth, but it's always just really fun to kind of have people talk about it. Usually when I'm doing this in online marathons, I have usually chat up. I always have my chat up when I'm talking and ask them what their favorite villager is, what kind of roof they want to see if we're just kind of screwing around and having fun. Like about like Funky Boy, stuff like that. Like which name the villager, like why did you pick this name, like Funky Boy, or like trying to think of another name, like Caleb or something like that. It's like, why'd you pick this name, or what's the name of the town, like Prison, or like Hootfest Town is pretty silly. So I switched 2 days there, because I actually don't know why we switched to 2 days, but I believe because it takes 2 days for this house to go. So on the 5th day we switched to 2 days, and you'll see that a lot happening also. I'm putting my pen in my mouth, my pen in my mouth. I'm putting the stylus in my mouth a lot. I have ADHD, so I tend to do that sometimes, and when I'm focusing or just thinking, because there's nothing better for me to do. Which kind of makes it bad, because then it's just like, oh man, I should stop doing that. But that's me checking over my computer, my splits, just because, I mean, sometimes my OBS likes to kind of poop on me, and I'm like, no, please stop. That one's expensive too. It's just, this game has, in the original Animal Crossing, it's so much cheap. It's a lot more cheaper. The debts are super cheap. Like, I think the most expensive one is like almost 800,000, and you just pay that off really fast. And I'm like, due to the fact that you have to save and quit, and just because it's in English, it's also kind of slower. But due to the fact that the letterhead glitch is so useful in this game that you don't really have to worry about like other things, like picking up money, counting money, doing that. So it's so much easier to do things here, especially for the letterhead stuff. Again, I'm gonna probably deposit more money, just because it's much quicker to do. I'm just gonna like mash, like I've been doing, so just do like that, and just kind of deposit more money, just to have a good amount with me. So it's just quicker. Again, I'm saving a good amount of time here. I'll save a little bit over a minute here, which is good. Another good goal split. I potentially almost save almost 2 minutes actually here. Like, look at that, that's so good. Like, because, basically, the reason why I'm saving so much time is because Nook is super close to my house. Everything is, like, I'm above everything, Nook's in the middle, and then the town hall is right below me. And it's like, that's crazy. It's like boom, boom, boom. That's what you want. And the villagers are even closer. I would have probably been able to PB by at least 3 minutes here. But again, the Curly was my biggest problem. The pig villager, he was somewhere over the rainbow. I didn't know where the heck he was. And I also did some small mistakes here. This is my 4th run ever, and just because I've done so many attempts of the original Animal Crossing, I just kind of know how the game works anyway. So it's coming into just a different just a different language of the game. That's pretty much the same thing, and it's straightforward and really easy to do, and it's fun to do. Like I've been saying, I think I skipped 2 days because I think the 13th is a Sunday or a holiday. I don't know. I think he's closed those days. Also, yeah, like I've reiterated, playing during the evening time is also really helpful because you can see who's at their house because their house will light up, which is helpful. Because Nook closes at like 12 or like 11 p.m. at night, so it's good here. I always forget where I'm going, but oh, so there we go, right through the middle perfectly, and that's really good. I like that happened there, which is good. Just in general, that's so much money. There are 7 debts in this game. And it's like, wow, there's just so much money here. But I enjoy this game series a lot, and just overall, I just really enjoyed this game, playing it. I was going for world record, but then kind of just like got burnt out from it. But it was still a great game to play, and I still enjoy it. I play it once in a great while on my stream, and I still enjoy it, and it's still fun for me to play. But this run was really good for me, even coming into it. I played really, really well. I'm super happy with this. Like, I could have done a little better, but, I mean, small mistakes, that's what you're always gonna make as a speedrunner, you know, you can't really always beat yourself up on those aspects. Which is, like, kind of silly, and other things like that. I'm gonna save, like, so much time here coming up to, like, I think, like, I saved over 2 minutes here. Which is crazy. Like, I saved so much time coming up here, like, boom, straight 2 minutes, like 2 minutes and 4 seconds right there. It's like, wow, it's crazy. This run is really fast. It's short and simple and cute and sweet, and it's great to play. Totally recommend it for people who are trying to get into Animal Crossing speedruns. Even play the English version. There's a duplication glitch on the English version that runs a little bit slower than this. I think it's about, I would say about 5 minutes slower than the Japanese version because of the letterhead glitch being very broken in general. But again, same case, save, quit, go back in, save the settings, switch the settings, do other things. Hey, there's a new villager. Nice. That's... forgot her name. That's a girl, I think. Or that's not. That's Eggy. Egbert, I think his name is. Not a girl. So I'm gonna switch it again. It's pretty straightforward, like I've been saying. It's really easy to do, and it's like, hey, look at that. Boom, boom. And, yeah, so this is the final debt coming up on this. This run is, again, really fun to play. It's, you can get it on the Wii U, so it's cheap. You can buy it on the Wii U instead of getting a 3DS capture card. Oh gosh, that guy. He is from the Happy Home Academy, and he's annoying to deal with, so don't like him. He's not fun to deal with sometimes. But, he won't, like, bother you if you run into him. But, so much money. Almost 1 million bells right there. And, leave, go back out. We're just gonna pay, since I don't have to deposit money, I'm just gonna pay straight up, and we're done with the run. That's it. That's all debts right there. It's a very fun, simple run to do, very cute to play. Very chill. I enjoyed it. This was like my 4th run ever, coming off of like 400, 500 attempts of Animal Crossing. The original one for GameCube, and it's like, sometimes it's really annoying to play sometimes, but I do enjoy it a lot. And this game is utterly fantastic, and it's super fun as a game series to play. And yeah, this run was 4th place, and I get the sub 29 right here. Boom, that's the run. That's right there. That was for commentary purposes, for marathon. Thank you guys for watching so much. That was a really good run on dancing, because I'm happy. That was 4th place right there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.